I want to talk some pitchers here. So 250 strikeouts is a crazy number. Two guys who are sitting at 90 Ks on the season. We're a third of the way through, so on pace. Tyler Glasnow, you might not be surprised with. He's been healthy. He always strikes out a lot of guys. Jack Flaherty has been averaging 8+ strikeouts a start, and I think he carried a no-hitter until like the 6th inning this week. Jack Flaherty, a shocking one. You think either of those guys could actually get to 250 strikeouts?
Man, that's a lot. That's a lot of striking out, and that's a lot of posting every 5 days, right? You might need to go that 32, 33 start route to hit that rarefied number. In the last couple of years, only Spencer Strider and Garrett Cole have reached the 250 mark since the pandemic shortened season of 2020. So it's definitely rarefied air, and Glass now has it in him. He's, again, you have to worry about that concern and that durability and being able to go out there 30 plus times. And for the Dodgers, who they're going to have the division locked up pretty early, how much is he going to have to push to get that number and keep on his pace? Probably not a major concern for him because, again, it's about winning that ring. But Jack Flaherty is the interesting one because only signed a 1-year deal. Pretty good deal this offseason. Maybe we should talk about that. And he's had that in him. He's had that capability. We just hadn't really seen the best of him over the last 5+ years, right? Came out the gate really hot for the Cardinals, even pitching well in the postseason, and then just fell flat. And we've seen him start games where didn't he strike out like the first 8 guys that he faced in a game at one point and had a 16 strikeout performance. He's really been locked in a big way and focusing on that aspect of the game rather than getting outs and getting contact and going deep into games. So if his game is a strikeout, then and he's focusing on that, then he's going to lean on that hard. And I almost want to say that 250 could be more possible for Jack Flaherty than Tyler Glasnow, despite Glasnow being the better pitcher.
Yeah, I think I'm with you, and I'm now trying to just contextualize in my mind, like, okay, Jack Flaherty on a 1-year deal strikes out 250, and he has like a 3.1 ERA when the season ends. What does that guy get paid? How many years does he get? It would be a pretty crazy feat to get to, but he's I mean, you got to give him a lot of credit for really coming in this year and finding something again, because I think a lot of us sort of wrote him off as a frontline guy ever again, because we're like, all right, maybe he can settle in and be like a nice 4 starter for the next 4 to 5 years. And we thought that the 2019, 21, whatever he had his great year in St. Louis, that guy wasn't coming back. He's come back with a vengeance this year. So that's been pretty awesome to see.
He could be. And now there's a lot of good pitchers, I think, that are going to be free agents this offseason. So that kind of crowds that market just a little bit, but he's only 28 years old right now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, $100 million deal like is a lock. 200 could be a little bit rich with there being a lot of options in free agency this offseason and for him just really only now starting to play up to being that ace. But you're going to get a guy when he's 29 years old, 100 million, easy, 200, not so much, but still, if you're in the Jack Flaherty business, you're feeling good right now.
Yeah. He's got to keep it up. But yeah, if he gets, I can't see him getting more than like 5 years, but Eduardo Rodriguez took the same route last year. You go through Detroit, have a great season, got a 4-year deal. I think it was like 80 million, and he didn't pitch as well as Flaherty is. So yeah, 4 years at 100, 5 years at 120, something like that. It could be in the cards for Flaherty. I got a list of pitchers here that have reached 70 innings on the season, a third of the way through. I just want you to give me, you have to pick 3 guys to get to 200. Okay. So 3 pitchers, and that's a harder mark to hit than it used to be. Here are the guys at 70 so far.
I have my answer.
Okay, go ahead. You want to just
none of them? I don't know who you're going to say, but I'm going to go none of them, Ryan. Pitchers don't throw 200 innings. They just don't.
Some do. Last year, I think a couple did, right? Didn't Wheeler get to 200 last year? Maybe Nola.
You are struggling to pull 2 names of all of the players in MLB, the best of the best, and there's a handful of them. It's rare. It's rare.
Someone's going to do it this year.
I'll tell you who I like the most.
Okay.
From this list. But
okay.
Already. My answer's none.
Seth Lugo getting close to 80s at 78 innings. You got Logan Gilbert, Tyler Glasnow, Zach Wheeler, Corbin Burns, Logan Webb, Ranger Suarez, Luis Castillo, Aaron Nola, Nestor Cortez, and Tanner Houck. So there's a couple names in there. Suarez, Houck, Gilbert, sort of new on the scene. Glasnow hasn't been healthy. If it was me, I'd look at the guys right in the middle there. Wheeler, Burns, Webb. Those are the guys that consistently do it. So any of them you got at 200?
Yeah, I'm going the top of the heap, right? Those veteran guys that are about 30 that know what this marathon is like. They take good care of their bodies, right? They've had injuries in the past, so they know what they're working with. And for a lot of them on this list, they're looking to make a little bit of a run in the postseason. So it really is about quantity more so than it is about quality. That being said, they're still giving you quality. So yeah, give me Zach Wheeler, Corbin Burns, Logan Webb, and I even think as the one outlier in that group because he's yet to even be an all-star. Even though he's 34 years old, Seth Lugo, I think he could also be one of those guys that is able to get to that 200 innings pitch plateau.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Lugo some more in a minute here when we get to best value bargain free agent signings of the offseason. Looking at the list last year, there was 5 guys who did it, okay? So 3 is not crazy. 5 guys did it. Logan Webb, 216 innings last year. He led Major League Baseball. Zach Gallen, 210. Garrett Cole, 209. Miles Michaelis, 201 and a third with a 4.78 ERA. And then you had Chris Bassett at exactly 200 on the nose. Framber Valdez, Luis Castillo, both were within a couple of innings. Zach Wheeler, Aaron Nola crossed 190, 192 for Wheeler, 193 and 2/3 for Nola. So there was a lot of guys that got close last year, 5 guys that did it. I'd agree, though. I think Wheeler, Burns, Webb, they feel like the favorites for it. If Tyler Glasnow pulled that off, like the Dodgers magic is real. And then Lugo, yeah, he's been unbelievable, which leads me to 20-game winners. Lugo's got 9, Suarez has 9, Sale has 8, Carlos Rodon, Luis Gil, and Tarek Skubal all have 7. This one, I will not laugh at you at all for saying no one's going to get there because 20 wins, a lot harder than 200 innings, I think still.
My answer, C answer to previous question. Yes. No, 200 innings pitched. Definitely that's going to happen with a few of those guys, but 20 wins now it's just so hard in today's game. So I tend to take the under in nobody, right? Because it's just so incredibly hard to do that, winning 2/3 of your starts, right? When we know how volatile bullpens can be, and on any given day, you know that any team can beat anyone. The Rockies at home, they took down the defending champs Texas Rangers. They a red hot Philadelphia Phillies, best team in baseball, best record, took 2 out of 3. In fact, more people saw the Phillies in Denver at Coors Field on Sunday than did the Phillies against Atlanta on opening day in Citizens Bank Park.
Wow.
Folks, that's what's going on in Colorado if you haven't been paying attention. And then 9-game winning streak Cleveland Guardians, that's done. Memorial Day win for the Rockies. They take 2 out of 3. So you can beat any team on any given day. And it's just kind of how it lines up despite having a really good start. Look at how few wins Jacob deGrom had in his Mets career because he didn't get any run support. So it can be very fluky. And for that reason, like, it's just so hard to get 21s and then wins. And then even if you get there, who cares, right? Like there's some other guys with 14 wins, 15 wins that have better ERAs and things of that nature. So it's just not the stat that it once was. But you know what? Baseball wants that to change. And maybe this is the start of some of that change. We'll see.
It could be. It could be for sure. I looked at the history the last couple of years real quick. Last season, Spencer Strider got to 20. The year before, Kyle Wright got to 21. Little similarity there. You play on a really good Braves team that's winning every day. That'll help you. Year before, Julio Urias with the Dodgers, again, 100-plus win team. Last time we saw multiple guys get to 20-plus wins was 2019, Justin Verlander, Garrett Cole. So, it's not, and again, great team. So it really is as much about team as it is pitcher. Seth Lugo is a fun one to follow this year. It's being that he's probably the first guy to get to 10, and that Royals team has won a lot of games so far. But can they keep a 100+ win pace?